The unthinkable has happened again.
It's literally a horror movie.
As a mass shooting terrorizes a community in the South. Getting to vote in a presidential election is an honor.
We need to elect people who worry about the same issues that we worry about.
For some newly sworn in U.S. citizens here in Miami-Dade. Boeing trying to back in the air. After being ground by a labor strike. And a closer look this morning at a nonprofit making positive change in South Florida.
How are these issues that we're talking about in Miami Freedom Project actually playing out?
These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak. Hello, South Florida. I'm Valentina Gaspari.
And I'm David Lascano. Today is Monday, September 23rd, 2024.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Tragedy strikes again, this time in the southeast. This morning, police have made no arrest after a mass shooting killed 4 and injured 17 in the weekend in Alabama.
Authorities are calling it a targeted hit. It happened Saturday night in a popular Birmingham night spot. Police say there was more than one shooter firing bullets. So far, no suspects have been taken into custody. Police identified the 4 people killed as Anita Holloman, Taj Booker, Carlos McCain, and Roderick Lynn Patterson Jr. Several victims were caught in the crossfire. One of them describes the moment shots were fired.
You know, so I get up and I kind of turn around and look, and it's literally a horror movie.
The Birmingham Police Department is partnering with the FBI to further the investigation. Mayor Randall Wolfen will provide updates at a news conference this morning.
Overnight off the Gulf of Mexico, John has officially formed into a tropical storm. According to a 2 a.m. update, the National Hurricane Center says that the storm is currently stationary with wind speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. A tropical storm watch has been put in effect for cities such as Punta Maldonado and Salina Cruz. John is expected to drop 12 inches of rain.
The naturalized and ready-to-vote tour stops at Miami International Airport. Caplin News reporter Gabriela Fuentes has more information on Friday's event.
Ready to vote! Ready to vote!
Organizations such as the National Partnership for New Americans, Florida Immigrant Coalition, and New American Voters gathered together here at the Miami International Airport for a press conference to speak about the naturalized and ready-to-vote tour across the country. Nonprofit organizations arrange a naturalization and voting tour to address crucial election issues and facilitate the voting process through an analysis.
There's a lot of issues, mainly that we need to elect people who worry about the same issues that we worry about, like fair housing, like good health care, like immigration. Like we like immigrants. We need people who understand what that process is and what the needs are.
During the press conference, it was highlighted that there are currently 400,000 legal permanent residents eligible for naturalization to become U.S. citizens.
In the state of Florida, in the year 2021, there was 98,000 new naturalized citizens in the state of Florida. In the year 2022, there was about 110,000 people who naturalized in the state of Florida. So we're already above the 200,000, and I don't have the data for 2023. So that just gives you an idea.
While there are others volunteering waiting for their turn to undergo the naturalization process, which will grant them the right to vote.
Changes and can create in our community, in our immigrant community, how impactful it can be. And so, yeah, I hope to one day to be able to do that. But in the meantime, going to work very hard to get out those folks that can, and hopefully, they can represent me and vote for and be my voice.
According to recent surveys, both organizations and voters have identified high cost, safety, and healthcare as their primary concern. Reporting for Caplin News, Gabriela Fuentes.
A local nonprofit making a push for a change. Caplin News reporter Virginia Tijerino takes a closer look at the Miami Freedom Project.
Miami Freedom Project is an effort to reclaim our freedom.
After the sudden passing of their original founder in 2020, the Miami Freedom Project was co-founded by Ana Sofia to continue his mission, focusing on key issues like immigration reform, affordable housing, and voter engagement. Their outreach is led by FIU student Sofia Hidalgo.
How are these issues that we're talking about in Miami Freedom Project actually playing out at FIU?
As digital director, Sofia Hidalgo has transformed the way the Miami Freedom Project engages with the community.
I first heard about them on social media because they have really good resources on like voter guides, and they're really creative with their events. So their social media was the first thing that drew me to them.
One key initiative is their weekly segment, This Week in Miami.
We also post, as you mentioned, on Monday, a community roundup of events that are happening in the area. And that's to highlight what everybody everywhere is doing in Miami from a local perspective.
While Sofia handles digital efforts, co-founder Ana Sofia drives the Miami Freedom Project's mission.
You know, I thought I was going to work on a political campaign for a couple of weeks and then go back to my regular life. And that's not what happened. I stayed involved. I stayed engaged.
The Miami Freedom Project is proving that local action can make significant change. As volunteers continue their vital work, they're making sure every voice in Miami counts. I'm Virginia Tijerino reporting for Caplin News.
This morning, Boeing and union representatives are negotiating for the first time since the massive strike hit. Caplin's Sarah Mercedes has more on the contract.
With about 33,000 Boeing workers on strike.
I want to be able to get a home for and live the American dream.
Contract negotiations appear to be resuming. A federal mediator is facilitating talks today, according to a union representative.
A lot of us have to work weekends, overtime, and there's no balance.
Boeing's main aircraft production is virtually shut down due to the strike. Analysts say that the walkout could cost the company more than $1 billion if it lasts for months. However, here at Miami International Airport, despite the Boeing strike halting production, operations remain smooth. Airlines operating with Boeing aircraft here have not faced cancellations or delays, as their current fleets are unaffected. The real challenge might arise for airlines awaiting new deliveries, as production stalls could delay future fleet expansions. But for now, it's business as usual at the airport with the fleets already in service.
Having a fight with their union and going out on strike doesn't help your quality, doesn't help your public perception, doesn't help their stock price either.
In a memo to employees, Boeing CFO acknowledges the financial strain and announces cost-saving measures. They include a hiring freeze, travel reductions, consideration of furloughs, charitable donation cuts, and more.
They really do need to get this solved quickly, but the solution's also expensive. The solution's to pay more money.
Many striking workers say they want better pay and benefits.
We're just looking forward to bring back some kind of consideration from our CEOs. We're very proud of what we do, and we hold what we do in high regards, and we would like Boeing to recognize that now.
I'm Sarah Mercedes reporting for Caplin News.
And a recent study indicates that people who have traveled and seek out new adventures may age more slowly than others. Researchers in Australia say that traveling can counteract the body's slow decline because it allows people to meet new faces, have new life experiences, and relax with leisure activities. Traveling can also boost physical and mental health, says the study's author.
The state of California approves a new law banning all plastic bags at grocery stores. The new law was signed yesterday by Governor Gavin Newsom and will be another big step toward protecting the environment. The state already banned single-use bags at supermarkets and other stores in 2014, but shoppers could still buy recyclable bags made of a thicker plastic. This law goes into effect in 2026.
Valentina, have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
I've heard about the game, but I don't think I've ever played it before.
Well, the company of the popular card game is suing Elon Musk, and they said that this isn't a bluff.
Well, that story's still ahead, and so is this story.
There's actually a time when asthma flare-ups and hospitalizations tend to significantly increase, and especially in our children.
It's the part of the year that is the worst on those who suffer from asthma. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
This weekend marked the end of what asthma sufferers call peak week. With fall season starting, more than 25 million Americans are in danger for asthma attacks.
And Caplin News' Melissa Builder has more on the story.
Fall is in the air, and so is large amounts of ragweed, which can be particularly dangerous for those living with asthma.
This is actually a time when asthma flare-ups and hospitalizations tend to significantly increase, and especially in our children.
Dr. Sandra Hong with Cleveland Clinic says high levels of allergens, along with exposure to common respiratory viruses, combine to create a potential problem for asthma sufferers.
You need to touch base with your healthcare providers to create an asthma action plan.
But she says you can help prevent symptoms from getting worse. That will include personalized ways to control asthma, which medications to take, when to take them, and when to seek emergency care if symptoms get worse.
If for some reason during the summertime you stopped taking them or you forgot to take them, I would say please get back on your controller medication.
Finally, Hong says to know your triggers and work to avoid them. Stay indoors during high pollen count times. Keep pets that have been outside off the bed, and beware of mold exposure.
Although asthma is a chronic condition,
when they say something and they just laugh,
that's things to prevent it from controlling your life. So it's really important to stay healthy, stay informed, and take care of your lungs.
For Caplin News, I'm Melissa Builder.
The company for the party game Cards Against Humanity sues SpaceX founder Elon Musk. In 2017, the company bought land in Brownsville, Texas, near the U.S.-Mexico border to prevent a potential wall. They claim SpaceX employees have trespassed and damaged the land and seek $15 million in damages. Musk has not yet commented on the situation. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
I debate all day. It's what I do. But there are some things that are undebatable, like your mental health. I was in a dark place when my brother passed away in a car accident. I was depressed in ways I never imagined. I reached out, and my sisters came, my pastor, my therapist. They helped me get through it. I found that the more I spoke up, the healthier my mind became. When you love your mind, you can go so much further. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
I help our fellows design their paths as creative entrepreneurs. My experiences serving startups, creative businesses, and cultural organizations, and my journey as a queer mixed immigrant with Haitian and Arabic roots, inform the co-creative environment we foster at Radcliffe. We leverage our collective diversity to encourage the building of lifelong personal learning networks and mindsets that stimulate continuous innovation.
And that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm David Lascano.
I'm Valentina Gaspari. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.